What's up, YouTube? Good morning. Today we're doing our morning routine. So, I already rolled out of bed. I didn't need to show you that. But right now it's 6:30 a.m. You really want to go to bed and wake up around the same time every day. But with my job, some days I get to sleep in a little bit, like today, and then like Thursday, I got to get up at 4:30 in the morning. So let's take you through the day. All right, so one of the first things I do in the morning is I take my supplements. Nothing crazy. I just got a multivitamin. I take Shilajit. I like it. It's an adaptogen. It lowers your cortisol levels, helps keep you less stressed out. When you first start taking this, if you decide to take it, it will make you tired. Like, you'll be sleepy all day long. But I've been taking it a couple months, and that kind of went away. I take 500 milligrams of that. This is Tomcat Alley or Long Jack. I like taking this because it lowers your SHBG, which SHBG like binds up your testosterone. So if you take this, it'll lower that and it'll increase your free testosterone. Now, what people don't realize is that total testosterone is not as important as free testosterone. Free testosterone is like what your body can use in the gym and stuff like that. So this raises your free testosterone. So I take 400 milligrams of that. And if you ever seen the Nugenix commercial, which that's what this is, she'll like it too. So, keep that in mind. And then just a fish oil. This, I take 2 of these now, and then I'll take 2 of these at night. These are a good fish oil brand. It's got 1,000 milligrams of omega-3s in it. So you got to be careful with some of the brands that you buy. They'll be really low dosed, and to get the proper amount that you want, you'll have to take like 10 of them. So this is a good dosed one. You don't have to take that much. 2 of these. All right, so since I do work out every single morning, so part of my routine is I'm gonna make, I don't take pre-workout, so I just I drink a cup of coffee. I'm gonna take some creatine and some citrulline, and then I drink a little bit of beet juice, and I take a little bit of honey, and I call that my pre-workout. So, and it actually, the pumps are amazing. So, hate on it, whatever you want, but I kind of like just doing my own thing. So I'm gonna make, this is creatine monohydrate. It's, one of the most studied supplements that there is, and it actually does work. So I just take a spoon, put 2 heaping spoons in there, which is, I'm going to say roughly 10 grams of creatine. I have seen a lot of studies where they say up to 25 grams is actually better because your brain health and stuff like that. So I'm going to look into that. But here's the thing I want to teach you about supplements. Anytime you take anything, do research, do a bunch of research, and figure out if it's right for you. I'm not going to just take 25 grams because I heard somewhere that 25 grams of creatine monohydrate is good for you. Like, I'm going to do some research, look at a few different things, and see if it's actually beneficial before I take it. And then citrulline, same thing, 2 spoons. 1, 2. And that, what this does is for the pumps in the gym. Really, mainly it's blood flow. So, anything that does blood flow is good in my book. We're going to take some water. I don't like to use a lot because this stuff tastes nasty. So, you saw my reaction just thinking about it. So I don't do a lot of water just so I can, get it down real quick. That's kind of my trick to doing that. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead, give it a good little shake. Give it a little shake. And then that citrulline's real sour, so it's like, ugh. All right. All right, guys, now we're gonna move on to breakfast. First off, this lighting's crazy, so I gotta do one of these. And I just woke up, so zero pump, zero any of that stuff. Sometimes I feel like I wake up in the morning looking a little bit better. You know, I don't know. So for breakfast, I like cream of wheat. These come in packets. I eat 2 packets, which, there's the nutrition facts. So, we're gonna look really mainly for this part. We're looking at carbohydrates, because we want carbs pre-workout. So, our total carbohydrate is 21 grams for 1 pack. So that's 42 grams of carbs right there. Plus, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna eat 2 bananas with it. So I don't know what the carbs are in bananas, but these are good carbs. Okay, I already pre-started it. You know, you just get hot water and you put it in with the packs. I like mine real thick like that. And then one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a scoop of protein in with it, okay? So, here's one little tip and trick I wanna say about, you know, building muscle. With anything I eat, I make sure protein's in there with at least like 20 grams and anything. I don't just eat carbs. Like, I don't just eat sugars. I don't just eat fats. Like, if I'm gonna eat carbs or sugars or fats, I'm gonna have protein with it. So any meal I eat, protein is in. Protein powder is actually a great way to do that. You know, people hate on it like, oh, you should get all your protein from food. Like, dude, it's actually been proven that protein powder is one of the best proteins you can get. It's an awesome source of protein. So I don't hate on it. I eat a ton of protein. I eat probably 5-6 scoops of protein powder a day. On top of, I eat food too. Don't get me wrong. I eat plenty of food. And while we're doing that, I always, to the gym, I'm going to get a good heaping scoop of protein powder. Again, protein powder. To, right after I get out of the gym and I do my workout, what I'll do is I'll drink a scoop of protein powder and then I'll come home and I'll eat my famous post-workout meal, which I have another video that you should check out that shows how to make my post-workout meal. So there's that. And one other thing I want to say, you know, like I don't like, you know, begging for subscribers, but I have 0 subscribers right now, guys. And you know, if I just had 1, I'd feel it'd look a little bit better than the 0. So, you know, let's try to get, my goal is a subscriber this week. I just want 1 this week. You know, I'm not going to be greedy. So if you like the video, hit that subscribe button, dude. Hit the like. Show me that you liked it. Make a comment. Say, hey, Josh, this was a cool video. You know, whatever. You know, anything, I'd appreciate it. Or, you know, you can make fun of me. It's whatever. I'm a big boy. I can take it. All right. And call me crazy, but pink salt, you know. I'm going to put this in my, I'm going to put this in my cream of wheat. Why? For the pump. You know, don't ever hate on the pump. We're going to put this in the cream of wheat. We're going to put that in the cream of wheat. Oh, yeah. I'm going to put a little pepper in there just for a little flavor, a little spice in there. Why? You know, whatever, dude, because I want to. And that's the thing, man. It's not adding any calories. It's not hurting anything. So if you want to add a little flavor to your meal, like if you want to put garlic powder in there, put garlic powder in there, dude. Like it's fine. All right, so we're going to go eat this meal and I'll holler at you. All right, guys, so I'm going to eat this meal. You know, I'm not going to lie. This meal is, you know, pretty regular meal. It's nothing crazy. A lot of the food I eat, I'm not super excited to eat. But, you know, I've tried different things. I've tried oatmeal. I used to wake up and make 3 eggs every morning and some toast. But that was just too much on my stomach, especially if you do egg whites for some reason. So, you know, but I've learned to, if you're going to bodybuild, if you're going to, in which, you know, I'm not big or anything, but like, I feel like I'm in decent shape, and I've put in a lot of work, man. And, you know, you got to be disciplined with your food. And I got to the points where, like, I don't really care how stuff tastes. The only good food good food, you know what I mean? Like, I actually eat, every once in a while I'll get some, you know, I'll go to a popular Mexican restaurant and I'll get some food there. But other than that, I'm going to eat this meal and I'll holler at you in a minute. All right, guys, now what we're going to do, part 2 of my pre-workout shake, is really just 8 ounces of beet juice. I like beet juice. You got to be careful with this stuff because it will stain everything red. 8 ounces of that. It'll make your mouth real red too, so I'm gonna brush my teeth after this. So we're gonna go ahead and drink that. Plus it helps clear the bottle out of all the citrulline and creatine that was in there. Nip slip. All right. All right, and then 2 shots of honey. I love this stuff. Pre-workout, it's just a quick carb, and it gives you energy. So, all right, now for the fun stuff. I'm gonna brush my teeth. I put deodorant on before the gym too. We're gonna go ahead and put deodorant on. You know, put deodorant on, not cologne though, man. People that spray themselves down with cologne before the gym, it's just a no-go, man. It's just, you smell too much. You just look like you're trying too hard. Like, if you want a girl to notice you, go in there and work out hard. You know, don't be trying to stare at them and stuff like that, because that just, it shows that you're desperate, and desperation is like the least attractive thing a man can be. You don't want to be desperate. You don't want to be needy. You want to just do your own thing, man. Focus on you, and you know, the women will notice that. And to begin with, you shouldn't be going to the gym for women anyway. You should be going for the gains. So, and then the women, if it happens, is you know, a side benefit. So, with that being said, I'm gonna brush my teeth a little bit. teeth brushed, deodorant applied. Do a last little, one of those. I'm gonna get dressed and we're gonna head to the gym. All right, guys, so I'm headed to the gym now. It's pretty dark, so you probably won't see me most of the time, but I'm gonna try to, have a nice talk anyway. Because in every one of my videos, there is going to be some sort of pep talk, motivational talk, aspect of it, just real talk about life, advice I can give, anything like that. There's always going to be an aspect of that in my videos, because that's, the point of this channel is to try to help people, try to just give you someone that you can listen, talk to about life, and, maybe give you some direction, hopefully. So, with that being said, the topic I've picked out for myself today is finding your direction, finding your path. Because this is something I've struggled with personally. I've spent a lot of time just wasting, man. You get into a job that's not that good, and you get comfortable there, and it's not what you want to do, but it's just what you're doing. And I see so many people in life go down this road. It is a common thing. There's a lot of people just working jobs that they hate and not doing anything about it. So what I've learned is that you really you need to sit with yourself, take a bath or something, sit and just think, man. Just think about what would you want to do. Try to pick something that you would do for free. And try to make that your career. That's the goal. So I chose the fitness industry, personal training, stuff like that, because this is something that I have done for free, and this is something I would do for free. So if I can make money making a career out of that, then that's perfect. And at first, I probably won't make a lot of money, but if I pay the bills, then I'm happy. And that's the thing about it. There will be room to grow. And let's say you love music and you want to be an engineer, audio engineer or something. But you're like, oh, it's kind of hard to do that. It's a lot of schooling and a lot of stuff like that. But man, if that's your passion, you just gotta, if you work hard and you stay consistent and you don't give up, you will get it. So you gotta pick something and go, man. Because I spent so much time just indecisive. Oh, I can do anything I want. But, I never picked anything because the options were so many. It's not until I really sat down with myself and chose this career path, and now I'm all in. I'm all in on it. I'm doing the YouTube videos, not just for that. I'm doing that to help people, and I'm doing that for myself. And I'm not expecting to make money off of it. But, if I do, that would be awesome. So, realistically, sit and think about your goals, choose a goal, and just go all in. You got to 100% all in, go for it. Because really you need to take risks. I'm not saying do anything crazy. I'm not saying anything like that. But you need to take risks. You need to, it could be as simple as like talking to a girl you like. Man, you're going to kick yourself in the rear end every time you don't do it. And if you just do it, you'd be surprised at the results. Like a lot of times they'll be into you too. A lot of times they won't. you just got to keep going and not worry about that stuff, man. You got to take the risk. If you're gonna, you're not living if you're not taking risks. You're not fulfilling your potential. You're not being everything you could be. When you're 90 years old, do you want to look back and say, oh, I was scared all my life, I didn't do anything, I just kind of kept to myself, and I wanted to be an audio engineer, but I just worked at a factory, or do you want to look back and say, you know what, my life was awesome, I did everything I wanted to do, I said everything I wanted to say, I met everybody I wanted to meet, I never let fear hold me back from accomplishing my goals, and I was the man. That's what you want to say. You don't want to say, oh, well, I was too scared. There's no glory in that. There's no pride in that. There's no anything in that, man. So that's where I'm getting at. You got to pick a path and really think about your path. It'll come to you. And when it's right, when it feels like the right thing, in your heart you'll know, but your brain will question it. Your brain will trick you and say, oh, well, I don't know about this. I don't know, all this. What about this? What about that? Your brain is a real tricky thing you have to learn to deal with. It definitely helps you. Your brain is everything. But it also, it's what's throwing that anxiety out. It's what's throwing that stuff that's just not real out there. Worries that are just never going to happen, and those worries are what's keeping you from moving. So that's my advice for today. Pick something and go all in. There's no reward with no risk. So, you just got to do it. What is up, guys? Just finished the workout. I'm gonna head home and I'll meet you there. All right, guys, this concludes my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like the video, leave a comment if it helped you in any way at all, and please subscribe to my channel. My goal is to have 1 subscriber by the end of the week, so let's make it happen. Thank you, guys.